Hello everyone and welcome to this fly tying video. Today we're going to tie the Championship Caddis, and this really is just a deer hair caddis with a little hotspot or egg sac here at the back. For the materials, the hook I'm using is the standard dry from Partridge, the SLD2 in a size 16. This nice barbless dry fly hook. For this little tag or egg sac here at the back, I'm going to use the Veevus iris or iridescent thread. This one is in the color orange. Then for the body I'm going to use some SLF Squirrel, this spiky dubbing. This one is in the color golden olive, but you can change it up to match the naturals. Then for the wing I'm going to use some deer hair. This is just natural deer hair. And for the thorax I'm going to do a dubbing mix here with some SLF Prism, and this one is in the color Peacock, and this really a nice substitute for Peacock. And I'm going to mix this with some brown Possum, and this is then going to be the little darker thorax on the fly. For the thread I'm using 80-knot Nanosilk. This one is in the color Beige. So to start this off I'm going to put down a layer of thread to the midpoint of the hook, and then I've cut a piece of this iridescent thread. So I'm just cutting it off square, and I'm going to tie this in on my way down. And we're going to tie this in right to the bend. Then we're going to spin this up and then fold it over itself, and this is then going to spin up, doing this little tag here at the back, and then just tie it down. A few turns, then we can cut off the excess and cut this off the length of the body. Then I'm taking my SLF Squirrel dubbing in the color golden olive, and here we're going to build up the shape of the body. I want this to be a little bit tapered, so just take your time building up the shape that you want, and at the same time we're going to tie down this orange iridescent thread. I'm just going to add a little bit more. This really is a quite simple pattern. Then what I've done is I've mixed this brown Possum with the SLF Prism in the Peacock color. And this dubbing mix is really easy to dub onto the thread. So I'm just going to do a little color here before tying in the wing. And then for the wing I'm using some deer hair. You could also use some elk hair or dyed deer hair. Here I'm just using the natural. And for this size 16 we don't need much at all. You just have to make sure that you clean out all the underfur and all the shorter fibers. Then tips first in the hair stacker. A few taps, then these should be nicely aligned. And here for the length of this, I want this to be about just extending a little bit past the hook bend. And what I find the easiest is to cut the ends off now. So I'm just cutting the ends off square, and then with a pinch loop I'm going to tie these down right here at the eye, and really make sure you keep hold on the tips, and then when you let go you have this nice little head here on the fly, and also the wing is standing nicely towards the back. If you would like this to float just a little bit more, you can add a second wing of CDC or a first wing of CDC and then add the deer hair. Here I'm just going with this little easier version, and then I've dubbed on a little bit more of this dark brown dubbing mix, and I'm just going to fill the space here in between the wing and the head. Then take your thread right behind the eye, make sure you get some turns in, then grab your whip finish, 1, 3 turns, pull tight, cut off your thread. I'm just going to rough out a little bit of this dubbing, making it look a little bit more natural. But there you have the finished fly, and as we can see here from underneath we have this nice caddis wing shape with the deer hair and this quite small slim body here, and also with the tag or the little egg sac here at the back. So there we have this little easier version of the Championship Caddis, and as I said, if you want this to float a little bit better, just add a second wing of CDC. There we have it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time, and happy time!